This isn't getting a sequel. We all know that. This is not getting a sequel. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was fun. You know, we've never had a rebooted rendition of Power Rangers on the big screen. We've had the 95 movie, but this was the only thing we got other than that in terms of big screen experience, other than Turbo, but just no. Is this what I wanted from a Power Rangers reboot? Absolutely not. But was I happy with it after this? Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was the best thing ever, right? In hindsight, not so much, but you know, I ain't really got massive issue with it now. I would like to see a sequel to it, just to see, you know, kind of what they would have done. You know, they had like a 7-movie like plan, but obviously that's not happening, and they're making a new reboot film. But that's besides the point. This is 6 things that I would have changed about this film. Number 1, give the Cenozoic era more time. I think I said that right, I'm not sure. It's like the Zordon, when Zordon was the Red Ranger. That was so cool. The film opened with that, and I was like, damn, we're in for a treat. And the film didn't end up being like that first scene, but he was still, you know, I didn't mind anyway. Seeing Zordon seeing Zordon's backstory with Rita as the Green Ranger, that was so good. And just seeing a Power Rangers film, and Power Rangers in general, like the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger, in such a horrible state, pretty much going through trenches with flames everywhere. You know, there was actual dinosaurs. Like, that was so cool. And if we could see something like that again, I'd be like, you guys have no idea how excited I'd be. Like, to get that backstory to Zordon, like Bryan Cranston as Zordon was pretty cool anyway. But like, just the fact they made him like a blue alien. Oh my god, that was cool. And I want to see more things like that. But it was like a minute-long scene, and I'd love to have seen more. I want to see a film based on this, because there's that fan film about Zordon, which is, you know, it's pretty cool. But like, the movie had something, and they were like, right, we're gonna use this at the start, and then stretch everything out over the film for the actual Power Rangers. I wish I could have seen more of it. Number 2, Rita being properly morphed. Now, we've seen Rita morphed in this opening scene, like I mentioned, but then from then out to the film, you know, she collects her gold, and the power coin, like, gives her like green armor, but she doesn't actually morph. And I get, you know, they want to see Elizabeth Banks' face, we want to see how scary she is, and she was like a horror character building up, but then she got this like the green armor, and then suddenly she got a bit more goofy. But still, like, why couldn't she have just morphed? We could have had the Rangers fighting the Green Ranger, but the Green Ranger is also Rita. That would have been so cool. And I wondered if they would have been like a Dragon Zord if they'd like gone forward with it. Like, and we see the after credit clip where like Tommy could have been introduced. I'm so upset that we can't get to expand on this. Just think about it, right? Seeing Rita as the Green Ranger, because like they never really fight hand to hand. Like, there's that little scene within that like warehouse before she ties them all up. But just make Rita the actual Green Ranger. She was the Green Ranger millions of years ago, so just give her the ability to morph again now, instead of just the green armor that we got. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, do you think like the green shield that the Green Ranger had, like the golden armor, that was from actual gold, and hence, you know, Goldar? I don't know. Number 3, the Zords. Make them look cooler, and also give them more backstory. Now, the Zords, like, I liked the look of the Megazord. Was I expecting the original one but revamped? Of course, but you know, obviously, I understand why we didn't get that, and the new Megazord looked pretty cool. The individual Zords didn't look too great. Like, why did the Mastodon have 8 legs? And the Triceratops had 6. Like, they said they were based off of dinosaurs, and they clearly had the shape of a Mastodon, a Tyrannosaurus, well, the saber-toothed tiger looked nothing like a saber-toothed tiger, but so on and so forth. But they just alienized it so much that, like, it just wasn't needed, because you can't be like, oh, they were based off dinosaurs, but then say, but we've adapted them so much that they don't even look the same anymore. I wasn't a fan. The pterodactyl looked pretty cool, but that was about it. The Tyrannosaurus looked okay, but like, oh, just, yeah, and like, there was no backstory. I'd love to see like, you know, they used to transform into this, or they could do this, or like there was like this other form of Megazord with Titanus or something. Like, they were just there, like, yeah, these are Zords. They were based off what you would call dinosaurs, and you know, these motivation, and then Zach, like, the only good thing that came out of the Megazords to me, the only good thing that came out of the Zords for me is the Megazord, and the thing where Zach goes joyriding. They're just like a bus full of nuns, and they're just singing like, oh, prairie on the mountains, and he just smashes down. It's the most random thing, but I enjoyed that. Number 4, make Zordon a lot wiser. Like, he just seemed like such a dick. Like, yeah, he was wise in the sense of, you know, being smart, but the only reason why he wanted to form the team of Rangers was to let himself free of, like, the time warp. I don't know, are they even calling it a time warp anymore? I don't think he just uploaded to the ship's matrix or something, I don't know. But yeah, he was very selfish in that regard, and I would have liked to see him be a bit like, like, he saves Billy's life. He has the chance to step through the morphing grid when it opens. He doesn't. He chooses to bring Billy back to life. Fair enough. But he just seems like a bit more of a douchebag, though, and I don't want that from Zordon, because I love Bryan Cranston. Like, he's literally one of the coolest guys ever. And so is Zordon. Like, he's Zordon. Zordon's cool. But how did they get one of the coolest actors ever, one of the coolest characters ever, and just make him less cool? I don't get it. Number 5, Goldar. Just change everything about Goldar. Like, I kind of like the idea of it having to collect gold, but there was just no character behind it. He just was gold. Like, Goldar in the original series was so cool. He was just this massive, like, ape, right, with gold armor, and he had wings at season 2. He had a sword, and it was the coolest thing. In Beast Morphers, Goldar Maximus wasn't as cool, but you know, it's definitely better than the movie version. He's just a massive blob of gold walking through Angel Grove. And why? They could have had, like, Rita get, like, a chimpanzee or something from a zoo or something, and, like, and then have the gold start infusing, and as the gold started infusing with it, he just got bigger and buffer, and, like, this is what I want to see from a Goldar. Just this massive humanoid ape monkey, like, really buff, right? And I don't mean like King Kong, because, you know, he's kind of fat and strong at the same time. I mean like this just ripped, just gorilla, okay? With golden armor all the way through, the golden helmet, the sword, and then also the wings. How cool would that be? Like, in this movie that's coming out, like, I don't know, next year after, if they end up going back in time to the Mighty Morphin era and we see Goldar, imagine just seeing this, like, ripped gorilla with gold plating all over. Oh my, that would have been so cool. But instead they just made him a blob of gold. Dean Israelite? What are you doing? Like, I remember on the New York City Comic Con panel, they were, like, talking about the characters. They were like, the Zords, Rita Repulsor, and then he was like, Goldar, and everyone was like, oh, Goldar, yes. And then we just got cheese. Number 6, finally, more suit time. There was the scene at the start with Zordon morphed, this other alien morphed as Yellow Ranger, and then Rita as Green Ranger, yeah? And then we stop and we go like an hour and a bit. Billy then morphs when he breaks up the fight between Zach and Jason, okay? Instantly demorphs, can't morph again, and then right at the end of the film they morph for like 20 minutes. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But either way, there was just not enough suit time, and when there was, it was pretty much all shown in the trailer. Like, we saw them fighting in their suits on, like, that island in the trailer. Well, no, on the cliff. And then also in the Zords. We just didn't get to see anything new. Like, there was no real impact when they morphed, because, like, they morphed, it looked cool, then they had the slow motion walk I wasn't a big fan of, because I just thought it was like, you know, it was cool to see them morphed like that. Another time I was probably like, oh my god, the Power Rangers are morphing, because I was like, well, 13 turning 14 at the time. But I just didn't, I didn't need that. I just would have been cooler just to get a shot of them just all, like, stood on their, like, spots, just being like, oh my god, this is so cool, whatever. And then they fight a little bit. Zach gets his Zord. Because, like, even when they're in the Megazord, it's a really cool pods they have in all the different sections, like in, you know, like the chest, the arms, the legs, and they're in them, but then their face visors are off, which I know they want to see the actors' expressions, but, like, if someone gets a high-res phone or telescope, they can straight look on that Zord, they can see who you are. Like, the thing about Power Rangers is that they got awesome suits, and I know that, you know, in the show version, the actual Rangers aren't in their suits, that's why it's like, you know, come on guys, we gotta go stop that giant villain, but it just took away the aspect of it for me. And not because I didn't like it, I did, right? I did like that idea, but we barely get to see him, like, fully morphed in the first place. Like, we never got to see them really fight. Like, Jason just pulls out the power sword out of nowhere, just generates from his hand. Like, there's no, like, calling of it, there's no special thing of this is your power sword, because he puts it back in the ship at the end, and he was like, I'm going to leave this here till next time. But there ain't going to be a next time, and, like, it just makes no sense, because you just spawned it out of nowhere. Why are you giving it back? I thought it came from the suit. I don't know. But other than that, like, I can enjoy this film. Do I put it on frequently? No, I don't. But there's lots of cool things. I do like the suit design. A lot of people say they didn't. It definitely does take away from the dinosaur aspect, but, you know, it's futurized, it's like Alien, you know, it's chill. The actors and the casting was perfect. I really liked it. I don't really like the bully guy and, like, the two girls. Like, I had no like pop a fucking skull in it. Like, just how hard was that? And better still, get Paul Schreier and Jason Narvi to come back for that. Like, oh, like, damn. And of course there was the Tommy and Kimberly cameo. I'm happy they got Amy Jo back. I kind of guessed Tommy was gonna be in a, you know, like Jason David Frank. He's like in every Power Ranger thing at this point. Which I don't mind at all. You know, I got the Tommy Funko figure. You know, it's all chill. I did want more than this film. Looking back, at the time I thought it was great, and you know. It's cool. It's a cool film, and I can't fault it too much other than these 6 things that change. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday at 6:30 PM BST, but every Saturday for the month of August is going to be Mighty Morphin month. This is episode 1. Yeah, you get a lot more soon, and there'll even be a Friday upload, because you know it's the 28th, it's Power Ranger Day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. What do you guys think about the Power Rangers movie from 2017? And are you excited for the one that's going to be coming very soon? Have you been keeping up with the show? Thank you guys, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.